Number 15, the homeland of the world's most mysterious tribes. Deep inside the heart of Brazil's Amazon rainforest lives a tribe so unique, it challenges everything we know about human life. Meet the Piraha tribe, a people who don't count numbers. In their world, there's no 1, 2, or 3. They speak only of a little or a lot. When they describe things, they simply say just enough or too much. Their language has no past or future, everything exists in the now. They don't say, I went hunting yesterday. They just say, I go hunting. The Piraha don't keep memories of ancestors or pass down ancient stories. To them, only this very moment is real. They hunt, fish, and gather what they need for the day, no storage, no worry for tomorrow. Deeper in the Amazon live the Suruha, people of the forest. They own nothing, wear almost nothing, and live in complete harmony with nature. Through sacred rituals using forest plants, they communicate with spirits, seeking peace and balance. Brazil's rainforest hides over 300 tribes, each a living mystery. Would you dare to explore their world? Number 14, culture shocks when you arrive in Brazil. In most parts of the world, especially in the US or Europe, a motel is just a simple roadside place where travelers stop to rest. But in Brazil, the meaning is completely different. A motel here isn't for travelers, it's a private escape for couples. Rooms are rented by the hour, not the night, and the interiors look more like fantasy worlds than bedrooms. But the real surprise for foreigners isn't the motels, it's how open and affectionate Brazilians are. Kissing someone you've just met? Totally normal. In Rio, people say if you lock eyes for 5 seconds, a kiss might follow. Brazilians are warm, expressive, and love close conversation. They talk loudly, laugh easily, and don't believe in personal space. Number 13, the country of the world's hottest women. Brazil is more than football and carnival, it's a land that celebrates beauty in its most vibrant form. Walk through the streets of Rio or Sao Paulo and you'll see women with glowing bronze skin, deep expressive eyes, voluminous curls, and confident smiles that could light up the city. Their curvy, hourglass figures are admired across the world, and they wear their confidence like sunshine, especially on the beaches in bright, tiny bikinis. Brazilian women have long ruled international beauty pageants, winning every major crown, from Miss Universe to Miss Earth. Here, curves are not just attractive, they're a symbol of pride. The famous Miss Bum Bum contest even celebrates the best shape behind in the nation. Fitness, self-care, and style are serious rituals, manicures are weekly musts, and even body hair is bleached to blend beautifully with tanned skin. Confident, affectionate, and fiercely independent, that's the true essence of Brazilian women. Number 12, basic things about Brazil that you might not know. Brazil is a giant of the South American continent, so vast it covers nearly half of it, stretching across more than 8.5 million square kilometers. It's the 5th largest country in the world, after Russia, Canada, China, and the US. With borders touching 10 of its 12 neighbors, except Chile and Ecuador, Brazil truly sits at the heart of South America. Its name comes from the pau-brasil tree, a deep redwood once traded by the Portuguese, symbolizing fire and wealth. Coffee is another treasure here. Brazil produces over 1/3 of the world's supply, and a small cafezinho is a daily ritual of warmth and friendship. And of course, football, Brazil's greatest pride, 5-time world champions, yet still cursed never to beat Norway. Number 11, the strange cults of Brazil. In Brazil, there's a town where people truly believe aliens are not only real, but divine. Welcome to Varginha, in the state of Minas Gerais. In 1996, locals reported seeing a strange creature, about 1.6 meters tall, with glowing red eyes and a large head. The story spread like wildfire, and soon the world was calling it the Varginha Incident, one of the most famous UFO mysteries ever. From that event, a new faith emerged, the UFO religion. Its followers see aliens not as invaders, but as celestial messengers watching over humanity. They even built spaceship-shaped temples where they perform rituals to send energy messages to the stars. Number 10, the extreme wealth gap in Brazil. Brazil stands tall as South America's biggest economy, famous for exporting coffee, soybeans, and iron ore. Yet behind its success lies a deep divide, where the richest 10% control most of the wealth, and millions survive on barely $100 a month. In Rio de Janeiro, luxury hotels and mansions sparkle along Copacabana's beaches, but just above them rise the favelas, like Rocinha, South America's largest. Here, rusted rooftops and brick homes climb the hills in a maze so tight two people can barely pass. Floods, tangled wires, and cramped rooms are daily life. Yet Rocinha beats with color and rhythm, street art, samba, small shops, and endless laughter. Once a crime zone, it's now opening to tourists, offering raw glimpses of resilience, creativity, and hope amid hardship. Number 9. The unusual way Brazilians shop. Spend some time in Brazil, and you'll quickly notice something unique: people buy almost everything in installments. Phones, TVs, furniture, even restaurant meals are often paid in parts. In fact, if a store doesn't offer installment plans, it risks losing customers. The reason? Prices in Brazil are sky-high. A $1,000 phone in the US might cost over $2,000 here, and cars or cosmetics can be nearly twice as expensive. With average salaries between $400 and $600 a month, few can afford big purchases outright. So, paying monthly, sometimes over 6, 10, or 12 installments, becomes a way of life. Number 8. The most fascinating places in Brazil. Deep in Brazil's dry savanna lies a breathtaking mystery of nature, Buraco das Araras, or Imacá Hole. This colossal sinkhole, over 500 meters wide and nearly 100 meters deep, could swallow a skyscraper whole. Formed millions of years ago when limestone beneath the earth collapsed, it now shelters a secret world within, a lake surrounded by lush green life. Every sunrise, flocks of red macas burst from the crater walls, their bright feathers flashing like fire against the gray stone. Far to the northeast stands Vale do Catambá, Brazil's hidden archaeological wonder. Its sandstone cliffs and over 100 caves hold 6,000-year-old rock paintings that still glow with color. Which one would you explore first? Number 7. The mysterious places of Brazil. In Brazil's Bahia state lies a lake that defies logic, Lago dos Negros, the Lake of the Black Men. Spanning over 15 square kilometers, it mysteriously vanishes every year, drying up completely, only to return months later brimming with water. During the dry season, it drains in days, leaving behind cracked earth, yet after light rains, the lake magically refills, far more than the rainfall could explain. Scientists suspect hidden underground rivers or limestone caves feeding it from below, but no one has found any channels or sinkholes to prove it. Locals, however, tell another story, that an ancient spirit imprisoned beneath the lake awakens when the waters retreat. Number 6. Fascinating facts about Brazil's capital. Many still believe Rio de Janeiro is Brazil's capital, and that's understandable. For nearly 200 years, Rio was the nation's political heart. In fact, it once served as the capital of Portugal itself. When Napoleon invaded Europe in 1808, King João VI fled to Brazil, turning Rio into the royal capital of the Portuguese Empire, the first time a European power ruled from another continent. After Brazil's independence in 1822, Rio remained the capital until the mid-1900s, when the government decided to build a new city from scratch, Brasilia. Designed like an airplane and built in just 41 months, it symbolized progress and unity. Yet, despite its beauty and UNESCO status, many find Brasilia too rigid, a city designed for cars, not people, where perfection on paper doesn't always mean comfort in life. Number 5. Brazil's electrifying nightlife. When the sun goes down, cities like Rio de Janeiro, São Paulo, and Salvador come alive in their own unique ways. In Rio, the heart of it all beats in Lapa, beneath the 18th-century Arcos de Lapa aqueduct. Once a tramway, it's now the city's biggest party zone, with over 200 bars and clubs bursting with samba, the rhythm born right here. Every weekend, crowds fill the streets, dancing, laughing, and sipping Brazil's iconic cocktail, the caipirinha. Meanwhile, São Paulo never sleeps. In Vila Madalena, street art, rooftop bars, and live music mix with the buzz of 12 million people. And in Salvador, the beat turns spiritual, drums, samba reggae, and open-air festivals light up the night, proving that in Brazil, music is life itself. Number 4. The most unique festivals in Brazil. One of Brazil's most dazzling celebrations is the Rio de Janeiro Carnival, the world's largest street festival, drawing over 2 million people a day. Its roots trace back to the 18th century, when Portuguese traditions blended with African rhythms, giving birth to samba, the heartbeat of Brazil. Every year, 12 grand samba schools light up the Sambadrome, with thousands of dancers, glittering costumes, and endless parades that stretch deep into the night. Further north, Salvador's carnival brings a different magic. Here, music rides on massive trucks called Trio Elétrico, turning the streets into one giant moving party. Then comes Festa Junina, Brazil's cozy countryside celebration, with bonfires, folk dances, and mock weddings that fill June nights with laughter, love, and old-world charm. Number 3. Must-try dishes in Brazil. The first dish you must taste in Brazil is feijoada, the country's beloved black bean stew. It's cooked slowly, with different cuts of pork and served with rice, sautéed greens, and fresh orange slices. But beyond its rich flavor lies a powerful story, born in the 16th century, when African slaves turned leftover meats and black beans into a hearty, soulful meal. Over time, it became a symbol of Brazil's mixed heritage. Then comes pão de queijo, Brazil's irresistible cheese bread, soft, chewy, and made from tapioca starch. You'll find it everywhere, from cafes to airplanes. And finally, brigadeiro, the chocolate truffle of Brazil. Made from condensed milk and cocoa, it's sweet, simple, and a must at every birthday party. Number 2. Travel tips for visiting Brazil. When visiting Brazil, it's smart to stay alert, especially in big cities like Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo. Pickpocketing and phone snatching can happen even in daylight, so avoid flashing valuables or holding your phone while walking. Locals usually keep theirs tucked away and only use it when safe. When taking photos, look around first or have someone watch your things. In markets, always confirm prices and don't hesitate to bargain. And if a stranger seems too helpful, stay polite but cautious. Friendly awareness goes a long way in Brazil. Number 1. Cost of living in Brazil. Brazil is a country where the cost of living varies widely depending on where you are. In central São Paulo, renting a one-bedroom apartment costs around $600 to $900 a month, while in the suburbs it drops to $400. In smaller towns, rent can be as low as $250 to $350. If you cook at home, groceries for one person cost about $100 to $150 monthly, though imported foods like cheese or wine can be pricey. A simple meal out costs $5 to $7, while dinner at a mid-range restaurant is $15 to $25 per person. Public transport is about $1 per ride, or $40 to $60 for a monthly pass. Utilities and internet average $80 to $120. Overall, living comfortably costs around $800 to $1,200 in big cities, and roughly $500 in smaller ones.